Mike Brown has added another coach to his staff, and this time the focus is on player development. With this hire, New York confirms their focus on the development of the young players, including Mohamed Diawara. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks hire a new player development coach for Mike Brown's staff. When the Knicks hired Mike Brown, player development was a big reason why. And Mike Brown has wasted no time in getting started. You don't believe me? Check out what rookie Mohamed Diawara had to say. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us this following information. According to Mohamed for giving us this following information. According to Knicks rookie Mohamed Diawara, in Summer League, I got great feedback from the Knicks. They made it clear, especially Mike Brown, I need to build muscle. I'll be in great shape to get started. Mike Brown is already lighting that fire under Knicks rookie Mohamed Diawara. Clearly, player development will be a focus for the Knicks this season and in the future. And Mike Brown knows that. And that's why Mike Brown knows he needed to bring somebody in who specializes in player development. And he wasted no time in hiring the following coach to be added to his coaching staff. Shout out to Knicks insider Ian Bagley for giving us this following information. According to him, the Knicks are expected to hire St. Joseph's head coach Billy Lange to oversee the New York Knicks player development. Lange has won at St. Joe's, has coached at Villanova under Jay Wright. He was an assistant in Philly for several years during the process, overseeing player development there and being involved in the offense. St. Joseph's regular season win totals increased from 6 to 22 in Lange's 6 years as head coach. In Lange, the New York Knicks add an experienced basketball mind to lead their player development program. Internal player development is and remains a high priority for New York, while it is in a win-now mode with their core veterans. Once again, according to NBA insider Pete Thamel, the New York Knicks are expected to hire St. Joseph's head coach Billy Lange for a role on the coaching staff. As Bagley just stated here, the Knicks are bringing in somebody who was part of the process with the 76ers. Now with the Knicks, the youngsters include Pacome Dadier, Tyler Kolek, Kevin McCullough Jr., Mohamed Diawara, and Ariel Hukporti. All were drafted in the last 2 years, but none higher than the 25th and most in the second round. But either way, we already know you can find talent in any round. What's most important is their development. And the Knicks clearly know that. And that's why they've made this hire. Honestly, what's not to love with this news? Everything we just heard is a bonus. It's a plus to everything that we're going to do this season. As we all know, the expectation for New York this year is to go to the NBA Finals and potentially win an NBA championship. But we also have to think about the future, think about player development. One of the main reasons Coach Brown was hired was to develop the bench and the young Knicks players. And he knows that, but he also knows he can't do it alone. He needs help. And the help he's bringing along in Billy Lange, this is a match made in heaven. Tyler Kolek, Pacome Dadier, Mohamed Diawara, Ariel Hukporti, Kevin McCullough Jr. What do they all need? Development and opportunity. Under Mike Brown, along with Billy Lange, They are going to get all of that and then some. Exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of the Knicks and everything that they're doing. Like Ian Bagley stated there, we're trying to win now. Yes, we are. But also, we're trying to prioritize the future. How do you do that? By developing the future. That's why we have to do it now. We have to prioritize the time we have now to develop the future Knicks. Develop the players we're going to have off the bench in a few years. Players like Mohamed Diawara. And as Diawara stated at the top of the show, Mike Brown already told him, hey, you got to put on more muscle. I like your game. Love your game. You need to be bigger. You need to be stronger. You need to have that added NBA muscle. I think I even spoke about that as well, too, during Summer League. He has all the skills he needs. What he really needs to develop is an NBA body. And it sounds like Mike Brown told him the exact same thing. That right there is development. And it's also telling him that under Mike Brown, if I do what he's asking me to do, I can get an opportunity. I can get a chance. I can play myself into a consistent role with this team. Yes, you can. That's why player development is so important, because we're going to need that in the future. With the cap right now that the Knicks have available, we're not going to be able to go out in free agency and get any player that we want, especially because we're going to have to re-sign a bunch of players soon. It's just not going to happen. That's why developing your bench of the future is so key, is so important. The Knicks know that, and clearly Mike Brown knows that. But going back to Billy Lange, what's his exact role going to be on the Knicks coaching staff? Yes, we know player development, but does that mean he's going to be part of the staff when the Knicks are having games? Is he going to be part of the in-game coaching staff? I don't think so. Let's break down exactly what his role is going to be with New York. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information. According to him, according to a source, Lange won't be named an assistant or occupy a seat on the bench as part of this role. The Knicks assistant staff is also filled with expected new hires and holdovers in Chris Gent, Brendan O'Connor, Rick Brunson, Darren Erman, Mo Cheeks, TJ Saint, and Jordan Brink, among others. And if you were wondering why the Knicks chose Lange out of anybody else in terms of player development, it might have to do with his connections to Leon Rose, William Wesley, and Jalen Brunson. According to Bondy, as St. Joseph's head coach, Lange won over 20 games the last 2 seasons, including victories over Holy War and rival Villanova. He played collegiately at Rowan University in South Jersey, not far from where Leon Rose, William Wesley, and the Brunsons called home, and quickly transitioned to coaching. He has to step down from St. Joseph's before taking the Knicks gig. Once again, Bondy states, just as Ian Bagley stated, the team is emphasizing player development and expanding the rotation. That's what they did during their interviews with Mike Brown and other coaching candidates. And today, that still remains true. I love this strategy by the Knicks because for me, it hits and checks both boxes. You want to win now. Of course, I want to win now. I want a championship this season. But I'm also thinking about the future. I also don't want it to be a one-off. I want to win and win and win and win and win some more. And the way you do that is to make sure you have the right veterans and the right rookies. Because if you have the right balance, then you are developing your Knicks of the future. New York has put themselves in a great position to look for talent and add the right talent to this team because they know right now is their year. This is our season to win it all, to go all the way to the NBA Finals. And that's why each and every move you make is important But because of the moves the Knicks have made and all of the things they've done over the past few years, right now, New York is locked in as a legit playoff contender, a team that can go all the way to the NBA Finals. Even the odd makers help you see this. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this following information and these updated odds on who's going to win the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference this season. And according to them, if things go as they see it, the Cavs and the Thunder will be seeing each other face to face in the NBA Finals. But a lot of teams in the association will have something to say about that, including the Knicks. As you can see on the right-hand side of this slide, we have the odds on who's going to win the East. And the Cavs are on top at plus 230. Then the Knicks at plus 310. And then the Magic at plus 500. Shifting over to the left side of this slide, we have FanDuel's latest odds on who's going to win the West. And over here, OKC is the favorite at plus 135. Then the Nuggets at plus 550. Then you have the Rockets at plus 600. You see these odds? The Knicks don't want these odds to look like this just for one season. We want these odds to be that way consistently, year after year after year. And the Knicks have taken one step closer to getting there by prioritizing player development. Billy Lange, we needed a guy like him on the coaching staff. We needed somebody like him to prioritize the rookies, the young players, the young Knicks of the future. And now we have that type of coach. And we have Mike Brown overseeing everything. And in Mike Brown, you are going to get a coach that is going to focus on developing the bench and developing the young players. Exactly what the Knicks wanted, exactly what Knicks fans wanted, exactly what New York wanted. Check, check, and check. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks making this hire in Billy Lange as the Knicks' next player development coach? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.